Certainly.
In saying that, we had something here about what the UK should do on the world stage going forward. Obviously, we're not part of the EU anymore. So how do we make our mark in the world?
Join the EU.
Yeah, rejoin the EU.
Yeah.
We're
That'd be a good start.
The European fuck up England left. They learnt their lesson.
Well, no, like, I mean, sorry, that wasn't really very valuable. I just kind of made a lot of noise.
Listen to me, please.
All I want to see is a world where there's no borders. If you want to work somewhere and you think you can add value, you should be able to do that. Why are you putting up walls and shit?
Yeah.
But then that said, obviously we've got Elon Musk wanting to go to Mars, right? And the current way that that's going to work, if you've got Martian cities, bear with me, I'm going on a tangent, but I will full circle. Is you've got obviously bubble ecosystems dotted about the planet, right? Because obviously it's not been terraformed. There's no air on Mars. Bear with me, I will come back. So there's physical barriers there. So if we move to Mars, there's going to be borders up by default, right? So that'll be shit. So we don't need that on Earth. Like, you know, you can go anywhere and live and work and add value and do whatever you want. So I think it's a shame, but I do think like we'll get there eventually. I don't know if that adds any value to the discussion. I just came back.
A tangent that will go full circle, but I don't know if it adds anything.
Yeah, sorry. Well, I don't know. What do you think? Like,
I mean, I agree with the idea that we shouldn't have borders. Borders should exist, but not for the purposes that they do now.
Yeah.
Like, obviously with COVID, a border is good to be like, well, this is a line between this native population and this native population.
Yeah, if you want to be nationalist, I think it's good that there are different cultures in different parts of the world. I want to one day go to Japan and experience their culture. Now, their culture is very westernized, but they've still retained a lot of the traditions, and especially if you go to, like, you know, places around the Kyoto region, you know, beautiful, but obviously it's, you know, heavily westernized. And I do think maybe 1,000 years from now there'll be less defined culture in different parts of the world, because we'll become just one
a bit more
civilization.
Yeah.
But then we'll be a union, we'll be, you know, together, and that'll be a nice thing, as long as we don't forget our roots, I feel, you know. But if I'd like to go and work in Spain for a bit, I'd like to be able to do that. No, I can't. There's a lot of red tape and a lot of bullshit involved. So, you know, that's a bit annoying, but...
And obviously vice versa.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people I work with who aren't from the UK. We have a lot of international workers in the restaurant. I'm actually one of the few native English speakers that work there. Out of maybe 100 staff, maybe 5-10% are actually British. And now we won't have access to that anymore either.
Yeah. Is it going to be a problem in your workplace?
We don't know.
It
could be.
Yeah.
Could not be.
Because we've got a few international colleagues of where I work. But the thing is, they're fucking sick at what they do. They're very skilled, and they're an asset to the company. So, you know, if they had to go, it'd be like, what the fuck? Like, they were very good at what they did. So
you're losing access to a wider skill market.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, like, when it comes to like being doctors, I kind of feel people in this country aren't like. It's going to sound a bit weird. Please correct me, right? But a lot of young people now want to become influencers. They want to be YouTubers and do all that shit. So people aren't, or maybe they want to do more creative work like what I do, or they want to, I don't know, work in manufacturing. I feel like there's less onus on people who want to become doctors in this country. There's not enough to supply the demand. So of course we have to go to places like India, Pakistan, Poland, Germany, you know, like other countries where the expertise is there. But there'll be a time when those countries want to retain their skills, and they won't want to let us have them.